Welcome to English Night Tales. Our story begins in a poor neighborhood on the outskirts of New York City after midnight. A light fog covers the streets, and streetlights shine on the shuttered storefronts. A police car pulls up to the side, and out emerges Officer James Harper, wearing his uniform. His features sharp and his presence clear. He's accompanied by a small squad of police officers. He's received information from a confidential source that there's an apartment on the third floor where illegal activity is taking place. A place for girls who prostitute themselves. James looked up firmly and said,
"Guys, be ready. The source confirmed that apartment 305 is on the third floor. The girls are inside now. No one moves until I give the signal."
A few minutes passed, and James raised his hand in a gesture. The force moved quickly, climbing the old iron stairs. They reached the door and James counted to 3. With a single blow, the door cracked loudly. Suddenly, there was a commotion, and the screams of girls came from inside. All of them were wearing very short and revealing clothes, except for one. She was sitting in a small room at the end of the corridor, holding a book in her hand. The first time she saw them, she was nervous, not understanding what was happening. He looked at his men and said,
"Everyone in their seats. No one moves."
"Officer, we didn't do anything."
"Shut up. Gather them all up and take their cards."
The police officers began rounding up the girls one by one, but James found himself moving toward Mia. He stood in front of her and said in a formal tone,
"What's your name?"
"Mia."
"What's Mia? You don't have a father?"
"No, I have. My father is fine. May God protect him."
"So your dad is proud of you?"
"Yes, of course. Why this question?"
"Just answer my question. What's your father's name?"
"Mia Arthur." "I don't know anything, officer."
"Why did you come here?"
"By God, I've only been living here for 2 days. But that's the truth. I was looking for a place to live, and I had no idea this apartment was like this."
"Yes, of course. It's the same story every time. I don't know anything." And the same sentence is repeated by girls like you.
"By God, believe me."
"Shut up. You'll say this during the investigation."
He grabbed her arm forcefully and pulled her toward the door, so she could get into the car with the other girls. A little while later, at the Brooklyn police station, James was sitting at his desk, the desk in front of him filled with papers. As Mia stood there, trembling.
"Tell me what made you go to this apartment."
"I'm not like them, I swear. I came from Chicago for my studies. This apartment was the cheapest. I didn't know these girls were working illegally."
"Cheaper, yes. We hear this argument a lot. And I'm wearing modest clothing so I can believe it. Innocent. We'll see now if she's innocent or not."
Mia opened her mouth in shock.
"You're accusing me of something I'm innocent of."
At that moment, James got up from his seat and pushed Mia to the ground, her hair falling over her shoulder, and her face revealed. A childlike, innocent face that made James freeze for a few seconds. James calmed down a little as he looked at her face, as if her innocent face was soothing his nerves.
"Why? Why did I do this? I didn't do anything."
"Sit down."
She sat down, her face filled with tension and fear.
"You were holding a book when you entered the apartment. What was that book?"
"A book I was studying."
"A textbook amidst all these things."
Yes, I was trying to ignore them and their loud voices. By God, I have nothing to do with them.
James looked at her for a few moments, then said,
Do you have ID?
Yes, I have an ID card.
He took the card, looked at it, and his face began to calm down.
Okay, you'll stay here until we verify what you're saying.
The station? But I didn't do anything.
Yes, this is a legal procedure.
Her tears began to fall as she said. James sighed and said in a calmer tone,
Look, Mia, I'm no angel, but my job makes me doubt everyone until I'm certain of their innocence.
Then the assistant policeman entered. Mike.
Sergeant, the girls admitted they're involved in these bad things. And Mia? They say she's not with them. She's only been here a week. Okay, you can go back to the detention room now.
In the small detention room, Mia was sitting on an old wooden bed, crying and praying to God to save her from what she was going through. Her every breath filled with pain, but there was true faith. The other girls were laughing and talking, unconcerned by their presence in this place. In the office, James stood by the window, looking out at the street. In the quiet of the night, he closed his eyes and for a moment remembered her innocent face. He felt a strange need in his heart, something he'd never felt before in his life. He whispered to himself,
She might be innocent. Maybe this is the first time I've met someone who's truly been wronged.
He sat back down, picked up the file, and began flipping through the papers. Everyone confessed except her. He was silent for a few moments. Her innocent face refused to let him alone. After a while, Police Officer Mike entered and said,
The girls want to talk to you. Bring them in.
The girls came in. One of them said with a sarcastic smile,
Sergeant, don't be fooled by that saintly face. She works with us. She's in everything. I don't understand what you're saying.
James froze, his voice changed, and he said sharply,
Get out immediately, and call Mia for me right away.
The girls came out. James was suppressing his anger. When Mia entered, he closed the door behind him and looked at her sharply.
What do you think? Do you think you can make fun of me with such innocence? No, you'll understand.
Mia took a step back and said fearfully. He reached out and raised his hand. But this time when he saw her face, with tears in her eyes, fear, and a trembling in her hand, he fell silent and everything inside him stopped. He turned his back to her and said to her,
That's enough.
Then he continued to himself,
Why didn't you discipline her for what she did and for lying? But her face doesn't show that. I'm afraid of doing her an injustice, because if she turns out to be innocent, I'm the one who should be held accountable.
His words were interrupted by a knock on the door.
What do you want, and why are you interrupting me like that? Or do you want to be disciplined too? If you want to punish me, do it, Officer James. But I can't keep quiet for the sake of the poor girl behind you. Finish and get to the bottom of it. That girl didn't do anything to any of those girls. She put it in her head because she brought a man to be her friend. But she refused. Thank God she refused. And how did you know? I'll tell you everything.
Flashback from hours ago.
What made you do this to this girl when she didn't do anything to him? 'Cause of her, Oliver broke up with me. Tell me why. Oliver wanted someone new to the matter, not for a long time, and she knows that in our situations we are in a similar situation, and I had no one else in front of me but her. And you couldn't find anyone else. I said that because of money, something might happen just like we did.
Here the assistant policeman hears everything and records it.
I won't keep quiet, even if Officer James punishes me. That's what happened, Officer James. And if you don't believe me, I recorded everything the girls said.
And indeed, he pulls out his phone and hears the entire conversation. At that moment, James's expression changes to one of astonishment, but he gathers his strength and says,
These girls should go to Officer Hania to learn some manners. And I myself will talk to her so she can punish them well, because if they fall into my hands, they'll never leave here awake. Yes, Officer James.
The assistant policeman comes out happy. James takes a breath. Then he looks at Mia, but is surprised when she falls to the ground. He approaches her and wants to wake her up with his hand, but he keeps it away from her face. Many conversations are running through his mind.
What happened to you, James? You've never been this weak before? Nothing has ever stopped you like this before. Why are you afraid to look at her face? Afraid to weaken the innocence in it, and to think about love all over again. After what happened with your first wife, who closed her heart to you from that moment.
But he just covers her with his suit and leaves her. After he leaves the office, the assistant policeman is surprised by his appearance and that he's not wearing his uniform. When James notices his looks, he says to him,
You did what I told you to do. Yes, Officer James. And Officer Hania is on her way so you can pick them up.
He walks 2 steps after that. He says to him without. He looked at him.
Okay. The girl inside fainted from the shock of what happened. Don't interfere with her. And don't let anyone else in until she wakes up and knocks on the door. And when she wakes up, don't let her leave. You'll find money in your office drawer. Buy her some good food. Let her eat. And leave again quietly without saying a word. Okay, Officer James.
As soon as he arrived, he found his little son running toward him with love.
I miss you, Dad.
He took him next to him and sat him on the couch.
How are you, hero?
David cried.
I'm fine, but I miss you.
Didn't I tell you that men don't cry?
Okay, Dad. I'm a man, but I still love you very much.
Me too, David. I love you more than anything.
Dad, were you at work hurting people today, like I hear from my school friends?
David, our job isn't just to lend a hand. Our job is to protect people. If someone makes a mistake or harms someone else, they must be punished, and that's our duty.
So, you're like the hero who protects people in the cartoon?
Exactly. But in reality, there's no hero with superpowers, a heart, and courage. Only a hero with a mind. And if they lack one of those things, they're no longer a hero.
So, can I be like you, Dad, when I grow up?
You can be even better than me, but only on one condition.
On what condition?
Always be honest, don't fear the truth, and protect your grandmother while I'm away.
Yes, I promise, Dad.
Well, what do you think about going to your room now to finish your homework?
Yes, Dad.
David went out, and James remained lost in thought. Here his mother came to him and said, I've been calling you for a while, and you haven't noticed. Something big is on your mind. I wonder what it is, my son. He began to tell his mother everything. An hour later at the police station, there was a knock on the door of the room where Mia was. Hello, my daughter. I'm Sophia, Officer James's mother. At that moment, James was sitting, reviewing MIA's papers. He looked up suddenly when he saw his mother smiling and Mia walking in. "Calm down, James. Just listen to me before you get angry."
"What's this, Mom? What brought this girl here?"
I asked, researched, and listened to the people around her. I also confirmed with the girls there that she hadn't done anything wrong. And I also brought her to raise David.
"You brought someone we know nothing about to raise my son, and I'm still investigating her. God knows if this was a game or not."
MIA's voice trembled, yet she tried to defend herself with all her might.
Stop doubting those around you. What more do you want? Make sure I wasn't with them. I want to tell you that I didn't come here to upset him about anything, given what I did to him. This is of course if you realize you made a mistake. I only came for my mother. She insisted on it so I could complete my education. She's sick and has worked hard for me her whole life. I don't want to go to her and ruin her happiness this way. As for my rights and what I did to him, God will get me my rights from you. He will defend me."
James was silent, unable to believe that a young woman of her age, nearly 18, could not respond. He was surprised by himself and his reaction to her, that he was truly unable to do anything to her. Despite his inner feeling that she was innocent, he refused to apologize because of his pride. "Come with me, my daughter, and I will introduce you to the little boy." After half an hour, "I know very well that you were surprised by something like this. But I am certain that this girl is different from any other girl you have known, and with time your heart will understand this."
"What do you mean, Mom?"
"You will understand what I mean later, my son. But what I want you to know is that you are certain that I have chosen the right one for you." 2 weeks pass from that day, and James monitors Mia. She is under his watch all the time, even at work, through the villa's cameras. His heart is reassured about her, but what no one knows is that through observing her, his admiration begins to enter his heart without him realizing it. To the point that when he watches her through the camera, he automatically smiles. But he keeps it hidden in his heart until one day, his friend and work colleague walks in without knocking, sees his smile, and says,
"Is it possible that James, the cold-hearted man, is sitting there smiling? Tell me definitely a new love."
And indeed, James begins to tell his colleague everything.
"James, with a girl, oh man, you have a heart of stone. What changed you? And besides, she was brought into the police station in a bad case, and—"
And he slips his tongue and says,
"Don't talk about her like that. She's a respectable girl. And if you saw the innocence on her face when her hair fell over her face, you'd surely say the same as me. But it looks like you're in love with her and you don't even realize it."
James ignores him and then says,
"I'm out on an errand in 2 hours and I'll be back."
But his friend continues and says,
"She seems intriguing. Stop talking about her. I'm talking seriously."
Then says his word and leaves the office. As for his friend, he decides to go to James's villa to see who this girl James has fallen in love with is. Edward goes and convinces the maid that she came after James told him to wait for him at the villa. He enters and walks around the villa and sees her.
"It seems we met at an inopportune time."
Who are you?
"I'm James's friend. I'm just wondering how James could let someone like you work for him."
I work as a nanny for his son.
He gets closer to her. He puts his hand on her hair. As for her, She moves away from him after she pulls his hand away.
You're crossing the line. I'm not afraid of you. I'll defend myself until my last breath.
I'm an officer like James, and no matter how much you scream or what you do, no one will believe you, not even James himself. I'll frame you and you won't be able to raise your face in front of anyone again.
At that moment, James is afraid and hears her last words.
You're my trusted friend. How could you enter my house and lay a hand on a woman inside my house? Calm down, James. I was just kidding. Are you kidding? I'll show you how to joke.
James holds him and teaches him manners. That same night.
Please, I can't stay here any longer. I really need to go see my mom. I need her more than ever.
James shuts up, then turns his back to her, takes a deep breath, and says,
From today on, you're free.
2 weeks pass from that day, but James can never forget her. Exactly 2 days pass, and Mia returns from outside and is surprised by them at home. At that moment, James stands up and says to her,
I wronged you the first time, but this time, I came to you to keep you in my heart, not hurt you, and I hope you accept.
Agree, my daughter.
Please agree because I love you and I wish you were my mother.
Agree, my little girl, because I hope to see you in your wedding dress before I die. I also know that he's telling the truth.
I agree.
And indeed, the marriage takes place within a month, in a large hall, attended by everyone, and they live happily toget.